Okay, I've got a lawn tractor here that doesn't seem to want to start. Very slow when you turn the key over. So the first thing I checked was the battery. Charged that up. It's not the battery. So the second thing is I tested the solenoid in there. Just bypassed it by putting a piece of metal between positive and negative. Still the same thing. Tested all the ground wires, sanded it back to bare metal. Still no go. Another one here on the back of the solenoid. So it sort of pretty much had me stumped, so I thought it might have been the starter motor. So I've got another lawn tractor, so I swapped out the starter motors, and this one worked on the other mower, so I put the other mower's one into this one, just changed the ring gears on the sprocket so it would mesh. Still the same problem. Tested all these, made sure these are all tight, and the one behind the lock nut, still no go. But I did come across a buggered bearing. As you can see, here's the original, totally mounted, so that was good to find that. New one there. So the only other thing is that I need to test is, yeah, maybe the ignition, but I doubt it. And I heard these things here have got a compression cam on the exhaust, so I need to check the gap. So I need to get it to top dead center and then get some feeler gauges and see what happens. So hopefully if that's it. If it's not that, I have no idea. We'll catch up soon and see how we go. Right, the valve clearances seem to be between the specs, what it stated in the book, which was intake 0.08, and between that and 0.13 mil, and the exhaust 0.13 between that and 0.18. So they seem to be in spec. So I've got it at top dead center. So what you do is you get it on the compression stroke up. You can tell when that happens is because the intake valve will go open first. So once that's done, the compression stroke is going to come and close this valve for the exhaust. See, I marked this on top dead center, which is the first line, and then it says in here it has to be 6 mil past top dead center, so that's what the other line is, 6 mil. So that's 6 mil. And now I'm just going to readjust the valves. I think maybe the cam compression release valve is broken. It doesn't actually, it should actually do a little wee bump on this when you turn it over after it intake valve closes, and it should go just like that. That means it's working, but I've got a feeling I'm going to have to pull the engine out and check the valve. I'll just always tighten and adjust these and see how we go. Alright, I might have hopefully fixed this. It might have been the gaps, because I was reading these feeler gauges wrong, and I was getting confused with millimeters and inches, and I was reading it is 0.08, and on these ones it's got 0.0. So hopefully I've solved that, because they were a bit loose. And I did notice when I'm spinning it over, have a look on the intake, it sort of, I'll show you what I mean. See, that's opening up the intake, and it should have a little bit of a wiggle, and that means the cam's working, but I'll see if I can find it. Yeah, there, just there. Hopefully it's not the cam that's broken. Put it back together, chuck the battery in and see if she'll start. Alright, the battery's hooked up. We'll give it a crank over, spark plug's in. So another thing to check would have been the when you pull the spark plug out, there was no gas in there, like it could have had a gas lock or an oil lock, but that was all clean. So the valves are adjusted. All I'm wanting to do is get it to crank over, like all the safeties are disconnected so it won't start, but it should still crank. Oh, look at that. That's wicked, mate. That's what it was. Awesome. Hope this helps someone. Right, it's all back together. Let's give it a test.